Hi, my name is Bente, I'm the Norse Witch, and today let's discuss the upcoming new moon in Scorpio. But before we start with that, a quick, little, exciting announcement, and also I need your help. So, the announcement. I am planning a trip with you. I want to travel with you to some kind of great location. I don't know where yet. And I don't want to just make it into traveling with you. I don't want to just do like sightseeing and things like that. I want to make it into some kind of workshop situation. So I would like to do some workshops with you, do some magic with you, maybe perform some rituals with you. It all depends on what kind of people will attend. So that is where you come in. I haven't been able to thoroughly plan it yet, simply because I need to know if anyone is even interested in doing that kind of thing, like traveling with me, doing workshops, learning something, maybe performing some rituals together. So if you would be interested in that, then I have put a survey link in the video description where you can tell me things like where you would want to go on the trip, what you would want to do on the trip. That is very interesting and very, very important for me. What your budget is, things like that. Just some random information that I need to be able to plan the trip. And then we will be able to go on a trip. I'm incredibly excited. So if you would be interested, again, in traveling with me and doing some workshops and stuff together, then please click the link in the video description, do the survey. It's like a minute and a half maybe. So it doesn't take long, but if you're interested, then do the survey. That would really help me out. And now let's hop into the video. First of all, as always, when will this new moon be? In Central European time, it will be on Monday, November 13th at 10:27 a.m. In Eastern Standard Time, it will be on Monday, November 13th at 4:27 a.m. And in Pacific Standard Time, it will be on Monday, November 13th at 1:27 a.m. Just a little disclaimer though, the moon enters Scorpio just very shortly before the actual new moon. So if you want to do your workings the day before or the evening before, then please just check when exactly the moon enters Scorpio, because otherwise you will do your workings on a new moon in Libra, and that's still totally fine. But then of course, everything I'm telling you in this video won't apply, but everything I told you in the last video about the new moon in Libra will apply. So just make sure you check that. So first of all, what is Scorpio all about? Scorpio is a fixed water sign, and depending on which astrology tradition you work in, it's either ruled by Mars, that is its traditional planetary ruler, or by Pluto, that is the modern planetary ruler. Since Scorpio is a water sign, it is of course very, very sensitive and very emotional, just like every other water sign. Scorpio, alongside with Pisces, is also very, very like mystically inclined, very intuitive. A lot of them are psychics. They just see and feel things that other people can't see and feel. So that is very, very important about Scorpios. But Scorpio is also a little bit darker than the other water signs. So they're all about like revealing secrets and diving deep into the mysteries of life and just revealing everything and lifting the veil and looking behind it, you know? So, for example, a lot of Scorpios are like very, very inclined to like work with spirits, their ancestors and things like that, or like darker gods or goddesses. So Scorpio is just a little bit darker than the other water signs. I also see Scorpio as the fire in water. So like the fire, if you look at the water signs, then Scorpio for me is the fire sign of the water signs. Of course, in traditional astrology, Scorpio is also ruled by Mars. So that brings in a lot of like fiery energy. And that also leads to Scorpio not only being sensitive and emotional, but also very quickly turning into anger and aggression if you cross them or if you lie to them. Lying to a Scorpio is the worst thing that you can do. They hate that. But yes, They can get aggressive and very, very vengeful, but they're also extremely passionate, so that fire aspect also applies to Scorpios. And last of all, since Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio, of course, they're also sexy AF. Like, Scorpio is probably, along with maybe Aries and Leo, like the sexy sign. So they are well known for being also very sensual and very sexy, and just liking having this connection, this intimate connection with another person. But what does that tell us about a new moon in Scorpio? So, a new moon in Scorpio is fine and good. I personally prefer a dark moon in Scorpio because, as I said, Scorpio is more on the darker side. They like the darker, more spooky things. Scorpios are usually also very, very happy about the spooky season. So a dark moon in Scorpio is so good. It's so good. Things that I especially like doing on a dark moon in Scorpio is, of course, doing lots of divination, because Scorpios are about revealing secrets and they hate lies. They want to know everything. So, of course, doing divination, especially in the context of shadow work, to basically lift your own shadows and like look deep into yourself and reveal your own secrets or other people's secrets. That is something Scorpios are all about. So like doing divination and shadow work on a dark moon in Scorpio is just chef's kiss. Another dark moon in Scorpio thing that you can do, of course, is baneful workings. You can draw on Scorpio's vengefulness and anger and aggression and like channel that and put that into a baneful working. I could see that work very, very well. In general, just leaning into the darker aspects of the craft can be amazing on a dark moon in Scorpio. So, for example, if you've wanted to try to connect with a more darker spirit or a more darker god or goddess, then this would be also prime time for that. As I said, Scorpio is also very sexual, so of course you could either just incorporate some sex magic into whatever you're doing this new or dark moon, but you could also try to use the new moon energy combined with the Scorpio sexual energy to maybe bring in some new spark into a relationship, maybe like some new sexual spark. Like if you feel like your sex life has gotten a little bit boring, then maybe use this new moon energy to bring in some new spark into your sex life. And then lastly, that is kind of a personal thing I like to do on Scorpio moons. I usually do it on Scorpio full moons, but I can also see it working very well on a new moon in Scorpio because a lot of people like to do it on new moons. And that is doing protection workings and maybe just doing protection upkeep, basically. Scorpios are very good at protecting themselves and like setting boundaries with people and stuff. So personally, I really like to do protection workings on a Scorpio some kind of moon. It doesn't matter if a new moon or a full moon. So maybe you want to do that. And that being said, those were my ideas for a new/dark moon in Scorpio. Before I head out, again, a reminder, please do the survey in the video description if you're interested in traveling with me and doing workshops and magic with me. And of course, I can't forget that, a patron shout out. Thank you so much to SJ, Natasha, Anne, Kate, Cade, Thistle, Adam, Z, Kent, Kelly, Brittany, Emersaline, Smolkata, Josh, Elinora, David, Kristany, Rixie Business, Annalena, Ashley, Erica, Kristen, John, Phoenix, Jenny, Misty, Amy, Bethany, Timothy, Coffee, the honorary gossip squirrel, and last but not least, Bjorn. Thank you so much, as always. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some good ideas for the new moon. If you did, make sure to subscribe and give a thumbs up, and of course ring the bell down below so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Of course, you can check out my other socials or my shop for ethically and sustainably sourced witchcraft and paganism tools. And lastly, of course, if you want to support me otherwise, then you can check out my Patreon. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!